Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how to change the hard disk 2.5 internal hard disk of Dell. I bought the hard disk from the noon.com which was purchased online, and here is the external hard disk in which I backed up all the videos, all the files in my system, and you'll need a screwdriver and also the Windows disk for you to reinstall the Windows as per the requirement. How I came to a conclusion that I needed to change the hard disk is that usually when I open my computer and start to do some heavy works, not even sometimes just heavy work, sometimes even copying of the file makes it to hang a lot. The computer doesn't respond at all, and when I go switching the alt control delete and go to the task manager, I tried to find out where the performance was lagging. I tried the resource monitor, everywhere, the CPU, everything was working very fine, the disk, network, but usually when I had the problem, the disk writing was far much lower. Then I came to the conclusion that it must be one of the drives that I'm trying to copy is corrupted. So I have like 4 drives in my computer. So usually I install 2 Windows, one in the 32-bit in a disk and 64 in the other one. So anytime if any problems comes, I can easily reinstall or whatever, and I will not lose any data. So when I had installed in the last drive, I had the issue that it was not connecting properly. So it was not working properly. Sometimes the lag was there. I couldn't copy to the hard disk in that single drive. So I understood that it was related to the hard disk. Then I downloaded like 2 softwares to confirm that I have a problem. The HDD Tune Pro, which is having a 5-day trial, in which I got the error like reallocated sector count 100, which is a warning, and which means the reallocation being made for the sector. And the other one which should be having more attention is the interface CRC error control count. So both these are like more critical error, but it will work fine unless you touch those areas. So one more time to confirm, I downloaded the other one, HDD Scan. I will be putting both of the links on the description below. And finally I downloaded the HDD Scan, and in that I went to the smart general information, and the same thing I found out that the reallocation sector count, again the 100, and ultra DMA CRC error, again it is the same. So finally I concluded that the hard disk have to be changed, and in my kind of usage I need much of hard disk space, and even so my desktop always messy, so lot of things I play with at a time. And before that I even tried the command prompt, and in the command prompt I tried the chkd check disk, but in that when I tried, it found 0 error. There was no mistake in any of the sector. So that was just a failure. So it won't give you any result if your disks are fine or not. So it is not the check disk that you have to do. You have to do the thorough scan, not the thorough scan. You have to do these apps, the HDD Tune Pro or the HDD Scan. So this will give you the result if you need to change it or not. So with this I came to the conclusion I must be changing. So I have copied all my files to the hard disk, and I'm ready for changing the internal hard disk. So I'll just shut it down. Okay, now I have shut down the computer. I will flip it over. I have unscrewed these because I usually unscrew and rescrew them, so I have unscrewed them already. We'll open it up. So here is the internal hard disk. This is the Wi-Fi adapter. I have changed the internal RAM. I have increased the amount of RAM. So this is the hard disk. You have to unscrew it from here so that it can be taken out. So this disk is much more similar to it. I haven't opened it yet. Maybe it will work fine. Sorry guys, before you start to proceed with this, you have to remove the battery. So I have unplugged the hard disk. And this is my new hard disk. It's almost the same size. It is a Seagate 1 TB hard disk. Before I was having the 500 GB hard disk. Now we have to remove it from here. The hard disk is firmly connected over here. You have to remove it from these 4 screws. It is almost the same in size. So I will put the new hard disk. It is a Seagate 1 TB Barracuda hard disk. Internal. So it must be compatible with my model of Dell 5558. Since it is 2.5, I didn't research much about it because it must be suitable for my computer. Even though it is 2019, I still use the Windows 7 which was out in 2009. I feel more comfortable. It is never gonna hang me in between my work. So usually I don't prefer to change to Windows 10. I have only heard from people that it is pretty much slow, and some desktop that I worked with Windows 10 are terrible. So it is like having a Pentium 1 PC. Even on systems with i5, Windows works very bad. I don't think Windows 7 is outdated. I think the Microsoft company is trying to devise the Windows 7 so that the new versions can come up in a better way. People are still willing to take the previous OS. Now I am connecting back my new hard disk. I have connected it. I have kept it on place. I have 4 screws. Just seeing if they are of the same size. Yes. So I can proceed. I'm screwing back them. So this Windows 7, now you have two choices. Either you can install from the hard disk, or you can use USB as a bootable device and then install the Windows 7. You can find a lot of videos how to install Windows 7, how to make your USB to make a bootable USB to install the hard disk, all this kind of things. So I'm not going deep inside, but I didn't see much videos with respect to connecting the hard disk that made me do this. So this is fine. Just putting it back and to confirm if it works well. I'll just switch it on. I need to put the So it is showing that there is no bootable device found because the hard disk contains nothing. So I will just eject my CD-ROM and put the Windows bootable CD drive and start to install the new Windows. So if it doesn't boot for you, you can hold the F2 key, F12 key or F10 key to select which device you have to boot from. So mostly your computer will be set to secure boot, in which it doesn't read from your hard disk, CD drive or the pen drive. So you have to select go to the BIOS by putting the delete key or the F2 key, and inside the BIOS just disable the secure boot, and you're free to select from which device if you want to boot. If you have a USB, you can boot it from there, but before that keep your disks ready, or you have to keep your USB with bootable structure ready. So in this way you can replace the internal hard disk. Toshiba was a good company. I don't know why it crashed, and there are methods to bring it back. You can make it an external hard disk by purchasing the external module which can be inserted. Anyway, thanks for watching. Do subscribe.